Are Arsenal about to build a super team? A team that no one can compete with next season, the 25 to 26 season, may I add. Okay, this season's done and dusted in the Premier League. Champions League semi-final against PSG is coming up. But are Arsenal about to build a super team? I'm Ty Knight here for TK24 Sports. If you're new to the show, like, subscribe, turn on notification on so you don't miss a show every time we upload. Let's get into this one. Okay. Arsenal are on the verge of building a super team. They're in the talks of keeping a Thomas Partey. You're laughing and going, Ty, is that your version of a super team? Hear me out. 8 minutes. Hear me out. Let's go. If you re-sign a Thomas Partey to better terms and conditions, lower wages for the next couple of seasons, maybe a year with a year on top, or 2 years with a year on top. I'd just take the 2 years without the year and year. You then bring on the Martin Zubimendi in midfield. Hold us thought. Hold us thought. You're going, Ty, this is still a bit weak. Jorginho will go. Partey, Zubimendi in the 6. You then have goal-scoring freak Hazoid Mourinho, who'll be on the left-hand side on the 8, with Declan Maestro, Declan's 2.0, 2 goals, you name it, on the left as a box-to-box midfielder. Okay, this is where I may lose you. I may lose you on this part. Martin Odegaard, who's gone missing this season, and ABP has been called out for him. He has gone missing. He's gone missing, and I know that, but there is still a heck of a player in there. There is. People are allowed to have off seasons, and Martin Odegaard is just having a horrendous off season, but he's in backed up with an Ethan Nwaneri. On the left-hand side, you've got Martinelli and Trossard. One of them's going to go, that's for sure, and Arsenal will bring in a left-sided midfielder. Right wing, you've got Bukayo, the face of England, Saka. Up front, you do have support system here. You have got Kai Havertz, you have got Gabriel Jesus, and you will have who knows? See, I didn't commit to anyone there. I didn't commit to anyone. But they are going to be bringing in a striker. A striker is going to come into Arsenal. Arsenal will be bringing in a right wing, a left wing, another attacking midfield. I just feel it in my heart. Okay, maybe the heart. Oh, okay. Okay. This is hopes and dreams here. This is hopes and dreams, okay? Arsenal will be bringing in a Zubimendi. They will bring in a left winger. They will bring in another attacking midfielder because Ethan Nwaneri will just deputise Bukayo Saka on the right. That's how I feel. I feel that Ethan Nwaneri is not ready yet to be back to be playing as an attacking midfielder. He's better off on the right-hand side. In the middle, you have to be more physical. You have to have something about you. Up front, Gyökeres, Šeško. This could be the striking duo that Arsenal need. You drop Kai Havertz back to battle out with Martin Odegaard in that 10 role. That's where Havertz will be best played. He will be then a backup striker, should it be. A supporting striker for the Gyökeres and the Šeško. Arsenal are not going to go into next season light-handed. I think they're actually going to go a 2 for 2. Why? Because it's cheaper than going for all in on Alexander Isak. Does that make sense to you? What's your thoughts so far on what I'm saying? Have I lost you at some point? I think at one point I know where I lost you. But Arsenal bring in Zubimendi, bring in Šeško, bring in Gyökeres. They'll bring in Garcia. They'll bring in a left winger. I don't think Nico Williams is the answer, but if they do go for him because of the release clause, okay. They get in, no need for a right winger. They don't need anything for Martin Odegaard because they can play Kai Havertz there as well with a Martin Odegaard who can deputise. You then bring in a Šeško, you bring in a Gyökeres. That is lethal. You then have a backup striker. Okay, Jesus is going to come back at some point, but we know Jesus is broke and finished right now. Arsenal are going to build a super team. The defence is rock solid. They got now Kivio, who's emerging. You put him in his natural left-hand side of the centre-back. Cool, done. You got Calafiori, who can deputise with Miles Lewis-Skelly. You got Timber. You got White on the right-hand side. Arsenal are building this super team that's going to come next season. The 25 to 26 season is going to dominate. I'm telling you now, they're going to dominate. I have so many battles at work, so many battles on the phone, where people are saying to me, Ty, what about Arsenal? And I'm saying to you people, do not think this is a joke. The Arsenal last season, Liverpool couldn't compete with. If Arsenal last season was fit for this season, Liverpool would not be where they are. Arsenal have got further in the Champions League, and it's not even by luck, it's not even by grace, okay? Because Arsenal got there by pure quality. And when they play PSG on Tuesday and then the following week over in Paris, you will just see just how good this team is. And then you add a little sprinkles of what I'm talking about for next season, you're then going to be saying, damn, we doubted if Mikel Arteta can get Arsenal over the line. Now he can get Arsenal over the line with Andrea Berta coming in and adding in these qualities. Arsenal are shooing for the Premier League at long last. At long last. Didn't take 30 years to get there. At long last. Now, bit of energy, a bit of hype in moment. Again, what's your thoughts? Leave your comments below. I need to know if Arsenal do add in a Šeško and a Gyökeres, along with a left-sided midfielder. They keep on talking Nico Williams. I don't think he is that better. That much better than a Martinelli. That much better than a Trossard. But one of them will have to go because you need new blood out there. I like pace. I love pace. But sometimes you get pace with no finish, no end product. What's the point? What's the point? And we're going to see that with Dembele in the Champions League come Tuesday. Believe me, we're going to see that. All the pace, but no end product. But no, my luck, the guy will come with end product and be like, damn me, my big mouth got shot down once again. So what's your thoughts so far? Will Arsenal be able to build a super team with Mikel Arteta and Andrea Berta? If Arsenal bring in the two strikers that I mentioned, Benjamin Šeško and Viktor Gyökeres, is that a lethal combination that then takes away the pressure for Kai Havertz? He can then battle it out with a Martin Odegaard to be in a 10 role. That there is great cover. Think about it. Two great strikers, one very good attacking midfielder, one seeker. We just don't know what Kai Havertz is. He's not a seeker and a destroyer. We need Martin Odegaard to be the seeker and destroyer, but he's just a seeker. But when you got up front, you've got the pure destroyers up front, and there you go. You add your seeker to put the destroyer, game over. Bam. You got a right winger of a Bukayo Saka. You know what happens there. It's good night, night. Everybody goes sleep. That's what happens. On the left-hand side, you know you got pace merchant of a Martinelli. You don't know if it's going to be Trossard who's going to stay, but if Trossard goes, you bring in someone else that's going to be better than Martinelli. He's going to add more creativity than Martinelli, but you need the work rate of a Martinelli. That's the difference of a Martinelli. He outworks everyone on the team, apart from, we know, freight train Declan Rice. Declan Rice is the freight train of the team, the heartbeat of the team. He makes it tick. Everyone talks just about, oh, he just can't pass as great, and that's what we need. But no, what you need is the freight train, Declan Rice, who can bring the ball from defense up to attack, and he can make a little pass. It doesn't have to be the most eye-catching pass, the most silky pass. No, what you get with Declan Rice is the freight train. He is the LeBron James of football. You can't stop him. You just cannot stop him. Okay, I've been saying this for ages, and people are waking up and now seeing the two goals of the free kicks against Real Madrid. Yeah, they're fantastic, but overall, he's the freight train of midfielders. People love Rodri, but Rodri, oh my goodness, Rodri's okay. Okay, I'm not being crazy here when I say this. He's okay, but Declan Rice is a freight train. He controls midfield. He blasts midfield. He drives midfield. He gets back in midfield. He does it all. He wins it in the air. He wins it on the floor. He can pass, and he can spray the ball. So when people are saying about he can't pass, what people are looking for is just one silky pass for the whole of 90 minutes and go, see, he's the best passer. Now, this man, the freight train, trust me, with him in midfield, you added a Zubimendi with a Thomas Partey, who's playing for a new contract, and fair play to him, that's the game. You add that as a dynamo, my goodness, I'm telling you right now. Then you add in a Martin Odegaard, who will come back next season as a seeker, and he has a destroyer up front with a Gyökeres and a Šeško. It's all over. It's game over. Good night. Everyone does a Steph Curry. Everyone does a Steph Curry and goes sleep. Everybody goes night. I'm telling you now, Arsenal are building a super team. But what's your thoughts? Road to 100,000 subscribers on this way. Oh well, couldn't help it. I'm pissed off still because Arsenal didn't win the Premier League. Trust me, I'm pissed off. But we're winning the Champions League. I'm Ty Knight for TK24 Sports.